I think I did it right. I think I did it right.
You're listening to
Oh
Rellism
my
Sports Talk
goodness,
with
yo.
your host, Terrell
It's been
Jenkins.
forever, yo. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Rellism Sports Talk. Welcome back. I'm gonna try to get this flowing more fluently. Man, this year has been a tough year, bro. For I'm sure everybody affiliated with anything. I hope things are getting better and things will get better. But welcome back, Relevant Sports Talk, episode 207. Thank you for checking us out on YouTube Live, TikTok, Facebook. More things will be getting popped up. Um, man, it's crazy, yo. It's been a crazy year, and it keeps getting harder and harder. But you know what's easy? Talking sports, and what's good? Talking sports, and I love talking sports. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna do. The producer's doing his thing. He's got baseball. My man, if he could be here right now, he would be. That's the type of person he is. But we back. We back. We ready to do this. You know what I'm saying? Variety Sports Network, man. Check Variety Sports Network out, man. They got many shows out there. My boy Darren, Fat Boy Fadeaway. Love Darren, yo. He's doing a lot of things, baseball things. His Golden State Warriors are doing things we'll get to. George T, Defender of the Star, Teague's Take. They doing so much. He's back in the coaching at the school. I mean, it's just a lot of things going on. Far to the bench, these guys will not slow down. They will not stop. And them Nuggets look like they might not stop, which we'll get to. It's always Jai way or no way. You know what I'm saying? Whether I can express that or not, now I can. Jai way or no way. People that know me know what I'm talking about. Always love for my commanders. Always love for the black mama. But all the love for my mama right there. Hey, because just because we've been away for a minute, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Relevant Sports is always still talking about um, everything from Hall of Famers to the local talent to the big time storylines. And the big time storylines, of course, is the NFL draft. NFL draft, all kinds of things going on, and the NBA playoffs. And no offense to the hockey fans and the baseball fans. No offense to them because the hockey playoffs have been kind of crazy. I'm a Capitals fan, so my man O's doing his thing, but I want to give it to you the stuff that I really know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I ain't gonna try to perpetrate some other things, but man, it feels so good just to be on this platform, no matter what's going on in life, it's always good to be on a platform with people that you care about and doing something that you care about doing, something that you enjoy doing, no matter what. Everybody's gonna have adversity. Everybody's gonna have struggles. Everybody's gonna have problems. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna have wins. Everybody's gonna have losses, and that's just what life's all about. But these moments right here, these moments will last forever. You know what I mean? So I want to do something that I enjoy, whether it's the last hour of my life or the first hour of a new beginning of life. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the way my mind's trying to be right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get everything's going with my son. We about to get this collectible stuff going. It's called Real Money. Real Money. Be ready, y'all. Anybody watching collects things. We got everything from toys to shoes to clothes to sports cars to Pokemon cards to Yu-Gi-Oh. We got everything. So check us out. But anyway, yo, on this episode, we are talking NFL Draft 2025 and what's going to happen with the teams and different things and thought processes with the teams, which is going to lead to the fantasy season, and of course the NBA playoffs that's going on right now. So I wanted to jump in before my team gets eliminated. I'm a Laker fan, in case people didn't know. I'm a Laker fan. Don't get it twisted with LeBron, but I'm a Laker fan. But before we get to basketball, we're going to talk about the draft. And the draft always started with, you know what I'm saying, it was all about Colorado. We had our Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, is he going to play both sides? Is he this? Is he that? Did he play enough hard talent? Da-da-da-da. Shador, is he really what he is? He's not going to workouts. He's blowing off things. His dad maybe wants to cut. All kinds of things going on. So we knew what Colorado's impact was going to go on there. And people forget they had some other kind of players out there, that got drafted. And some didn't. And one of them was his son. But anyway, so let's talk about the teams and talk about some things that happened. Of, of course, we're going to start with the number one team, Tennessee. And when I look at Tennessee and people are talking about like Cam Ward, this and this and this, I'm so glad that now that I listen to sports talk radio today, other than like last week or whatever, people are saying Cam Ward was the number one quarterback in a lower QB draft. Because next year they talking about the QBs are supposed to be something different. You know, of course you got Manning out there. It could be different just by him. But you know, there's other people out there. But and nothing against Cam Ward. I mean, people were saying things about Patrick Mahomes, comparisons, things like that. I'm like, I don't see all that. I really don't. And no hate to him, cool for him. But it's more about the organization. If I'm the Titans out here and I done took quarterback after quarterback from Malik Willis to Will Levis to this and this and this, and now you get another one. I mean, how long is this merry-go-round long? I mean, you have a lot of holes to fill, and you let go of your coach. I just look at it like, why wouldn't you take a guy that could fill in two holes in Travis Hunter? One of these talents that you don't see like that at all. You don't see that at all. Like, I'm sitting there like, you were really not gonna have Travis Hunter go one? But, you know, whatever, they took Cam Ward, and I think a lot of that goes with the media and everybody, the pressure of winning, da 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 da. But you done got rid of all your wide receivers and everybody. You done got rid of your running backs and everything else. I mean, you gonna set this quarterback up to fail also? I mean, because there's nothing around him. Nothing around him. But anyway. And then we looked at the number two pick with Cleveland, then they trade. And then we look at Jacksonville making that trade. And I'm like, why would Jacksonville do that? But then you're like, we took Trevor Lawrence, we got all these people, we got this, and this, and this, and we never live up to anything that we say we're gonna do. We got Urban Meyer, this coach, he does it, and he's out here smashing people at the bar with college girl. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but them making the decision to move up to two, Duval's in the house. I think that was I think that was like one of the biggest things they could have done was to do that. Because not only do you help at the wide receiver room, you also help in the defensive room. And when you get somebody that could be generational talent and somebody that's different than everybody else, I mean, I'm going on record telling my son he might be in my generation the best athlete I've ever seen. And I'm saying this part of my generation, like when I was younger, of course, it was Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, you know, and before that, it was other people, you know, Jim Brown, all kinds of other stuff. But Travis Hunter's something different, dude. And it's something different. If you're an organization that's not one of them, and it's going to take a lot for you to be one of them to even get free agents and stuff to come over, you need somebody like Travis Hunter. So for Cleveland to do what they did, I was like, okay, that's all right. They'll move back to 5, and then they'll draft Shador, and it'll make it worth the while, whatever. We'll get back to that. So Jacksonville, I think they did a good job with that. Good job addressing that need. You know what I mean? You had Mac Jones as your backup, who was a top pick, whatever for the Patriots, whatever. Trevor Lawrence is still there. What are you gonna do? You're paying Trevor Lawrence a lot of money. Is he the guy? Is it him, or was it the coaching, or the line? What is it? When are we gonna figure out whether it's him or not? My bro Brandon would always talk about him not being what everybody thought he was, and I'm getting to the point where it's like, maybe he was right, yo. Maybe he was right. Maybe Trevor Lawrence isn't exactly what we thought he was going to be. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then we get to the next bit, the Giants. We saw them get 13, 14 quarterbacks that have been through the mill and everything else. You know, but Russell Wilson's trying to do his thing. I think Winston's just happy to be in the league. I think he's just happy to be whatever he's doing. You know, I don't know what's going on with him, but hey, as long as you happy and content, go ahead, Jameis Winston. Shit, I'd took you as a backup. So you know the Shador thing, we were like, but the quarterback room is still cheap. I don't know if I wouldn't have taken him, especially with the camaraderie with him and Malik Neighbors. You know what I'm saying? But something's going on. Something happened. Da 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 da. But the Giants did get Abdul Carter, and if there's something I can say as a Washington fan, Everybody in our division seems like they draft so well. It pisses me off the way the Cowboys draft. It really pisses me off the way they draft and fucking Eagles. They draft people that are stars that they can wait on. That's how good they are, which fucking drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. I mean, we have made some good picks lately. Hopefully, our linemen this year can do some things. We drafted well. I'm happy with our draft. We got we got our safety, we got our corners, we got different things that we needed. Picking up Debo was good for us. I mean, I don't know how much he's gonna give to us left. Seems like we're starting to get in that retread mode, like Austin Eckler and people like that. I'm like, I just don't want us to go down those roads again. But I do appreciate them drafting linemen, to protect Jaden Daniels because I couldn't even enjoy last year because I was so scared of the RG3 effect, the RG3 syndrome. I ain't gonna lie, PTSD for RG3, PTSD for RG3. But anyway, but we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Um, but yeah, so we'll see how that goes with us. But then as we keep going to Patriots, they keep making these little sly little things. I don't know. It's something about the Patriots that are like, don't sleep on little moves that they're making, yo, because something crazy could happen with that. My biggest shocker, I mean, other than the quarterbacks that we thought should have took Shador, was the Raiders. I mean, they got their running back Gentry. That was huge for them, huge for them. But I mean, what's the shelf life of a running back? You know what I'm saying? You might get these rookie contract deal, whatever, but when it's time to renew them, are you gonna renew them? Are they gonna still mean that much? Geno Smith, he's another retread that you're coming over there with Pete Carroll, but like, I feel like if you'd have went to next year and your brand new arena, everything about the Raiders, they're gonna host the Super Bowl, all these things, Tom Brady's the owner, and you be like, yeah, we drafted Gentry and we drafted Shador. We don't have to rush Shador. He can sit behind Geno Smith, another guy that was drafted later than what he thought he was, and didn't do the things he was supposed to do, and had to like wait and come back. I think that would have been a great situation. But the Raiders passed on him multiple times, and I know they got a lot of needs, a lot of areas, and a lot of things, but you can't tell me that in that division that he's gonna beat out Patrick. Geno's gonna beat out Patrick Mahomes. No, he might beat out Bo Nix, but they got a little system that they working over there in Denver. I ain't gonna lie, they building up their defense. Patrick Surtain is probably the best cornerback they got in the league, probably. And then they drafted another. You know what I'm saying? So having Gene, I don't know what exactly it is. I know next year's QB draft is huge, but I'm just not sure about a lot of things with that decision not to draft him. But who am I? I ain't nobody. Um, then we keep going down the line. We see the Saints. Everybody's been talking about the Saints. The Saints, Shador, there it is. Derek Carr ain't not gonna do this, not gonna do that. They passed on him multiple times, and then you draft the boy from Louisville. Like, that's like 35 years old. He ain't that old, but I mean, I don't. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. But it's gonna be a lot of things going on now that the draft is over. I can see different trades happening, different things going on. Um, Going to the next thing, the Cowboys, a team that loves the press, that loves the news, that loves to be in the news. And with Jerry Jones, crazy ass Jerry Jones, he was almost about to take Johnny Manziel one time. I was like, yo, if he trades Dak and takes Shador, oh my God, and then has Dion be the coach. See, that's the problem. Everybody thought Dion was trying to be the coach of wherever Shador went. I honestly believe that that's something that had to do with, I mean, of course, blowing off meetings, not taking things seriously. That stuff's gonna be there. You gotta be a professional now, and it seems like he's being a professional after all this went down. Because I was not expecting all those kind of things that came out of his mouth. Real respect. I mean, he talked like he was super mature, and it was awesome for him. And I hope he destroys out there, Shador. But the Cowboys drafted well. They drafted all kinds of things, just like everybody in the division. Like I said, But now getting to the last team, well, before we get to Cleveland, the Steelers. You out here making picks. You out here doing things. You just paid Mount. I mean, you out here. You gonna pay T.J. Watt, right? Are we gonna pay T.J. Watt? You got Pickens. Are we gonna trade him? You got DK Metcalf. Like, what's going on? Who's throwing the ball? Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph's throwing the ball. Aaron Rodgers is doing what Aaron Rodgers does, and that's what Aaron Rodgers does. It's all about Aaron Rodgers. So I would love, as a Pittsburgh hater, no offense, Keith, but as a Pittsburgh hater, I would love to see him just retire. And then what's Pittsburgh gonna do? Unless they're just gonna plan on tanking and then try to get Arch next year, which could be something. Which could be something that other teams do. I ain't gonna lie, because he seems like one of those generational guys that could do some things. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot of moves this offseason. Jalen Ramsey, where's he gonna go? Is Tyreek Hill gonna get traded? You know, it's gonna be so many different kind of slight moves that people are not paying attention to. That's gonna affect a lot of things. It's gonna affect a lot of things. But the Steelers, you put all your eggs in one basket with Aaron Rodgers. Good luck with that. But I don't really care because I hate the Steelers, so doesn't matter. But to the team with the most controversy, the Cleveland Browns. Would you have 6 different chances to get this month? And then you finally get Shador after you draft Dylan Gabriel. Yeah. They drafted Dylan Gabriel in the 4th round. The Cleveland Browns, who also have, you still got Massaji Deshaun Watson. You signed Joe Flacco, and you paid for Kenny Pickett. So you already had 3 right there. So whether you're waiting for a quarterback in the next year's draft, whatever, and you want to draft Dylan Gabriel in the 4th round just to be like, oh, well, he'll be there as a young guy in case we want to get rid of somebody or something. Cool. But then you draft Shador in the 5th round, and everybody's sitting there like this. When the draft comes, he's like this. Everybody in the war room is usually like, oh, we go, and they're like, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. I hope they do not set him up for failure, yo. Not that it affects my life, but it's kind of like somebody trying to do things outside of his father's shadow. Like, give him a chance, give him a break, like whatever, you know. Now I don't know everything that happened with the interviews and all that stuff, you know, so I can't really say, but I know I watched him play with no offensive line and no running backs and stuff, and still trying to make plays. And this whole pocket quarterback thing, yeah, he throws 70%. Which is amazing. But they're like, oh, he's just a pocket quarter. You telling me this mug can't run? If this is a white dude throwing 70% completion percentage, what would people say? Oh my God, he's like the prototypical in the pocket quarterback that can do these things. Oh my God. Usually it's a black quarterback. It's like, well, you know, he's a running quarterback and he has to run. You're telling me Shador can't run? Now y'all dogging him because you're telling me he's a pocket quarterback. You're telling me he can't run, he's not athletic? Is that what we're saying? So don't try to put it off on stuff like that. Don't put it on stuff like that. Like, I don't know what happened, and maybe he set himself up for that kind of failure with just being whatever. I mean, his NIL deal, he's probably making enough money. Like, we can't imagine the money that they got and the things that they got being in college just for who they were. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's hard for somebody to be who they are when they have to meet with other people, and it's like, I'm already making this money, bro. Like, so I'm not gonna say nothing bad about it. We'll see what happens. But Cleveland's got 5 quarterbacks, so somebody's gonna need something. Somebody's gonna need somebody, and I'll take one of them to be my backup. Shoot, I'll tell you that. But that's the NFL right now. We'll see what happens with different players. Tyreek. I mean, we see people going everywhere. I just see nobody in my division to get nothing. I'm talking about Amari Cooper going back to Dallas, and the Eagles getting this person, and the Giants getting this. I don't want to hear no more. What we get? We need Redskin Nation to do something out here. But we'll see. Football, I mean, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But nothing as compelling as the NFL. I mean, NBA playoffs right now. Yo, the NBA playoffs. We already thought Boston and OKC. That's what everybody was thinking. But then it was like, can anybody beat Boston? I mean, Cleveland is the number one seed. And as somebody that was like, they can. They playing as a team, and I don't know the injury bug with the Celtics. It's something weird going on with the Celtics, yo. It's something weird. Maybe it's injuries. Maybe it's just there's. I don't know what it is exactly, but they handle business. They handle business against Orlando, which I think Orlando's a team, and we'll get back to them later on the rise. I think they're missing something, and we'll talk about it. They're going to be amongst other teams, but Boston's right there. I think health matters the most with them, and they got to have Drew Holiday back if they're going to beat Cleveland. You got to have them. You got to have him and White playing defense on them guards, and you're just hoping that Porzingis stays healthy, and the two wings of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can live up to it. I think Al Horford, that's going to be a series where he will not play much, or he will not play as much as he usually does because of the athleticism of Cleveland's big men and the length of their big men. So that's going to be something that the Celtics have to think about, and Porzingis has to stay healthy to beat Cleveland. Simple as that. Orlando, we'll get back to you about what's going on. The big game, far end of the bench. Shout out to you guys, Denver and the Clippers. I hate both teams, so care less. I'm probably honestly cheering for the Clippers if that makes any sense, because I don't even know why. Why I hate on it? Must be Nico. I don't know, but hey, man, the Joker and them made a big play. Aaron Gordon, that play, I mean, that changed everything because I feel like if they didn't win that game, it's 3-1, it's done. Do I think the Clippers can still win the series? Yes. Yes, but I'll tell you what, DeAndre Jordan, Russell Westbrook, former Clippers that kind of invested some things into the Clippers, are out here being Clipper killers right now. They've been being Clipper killers, and, it is what it is. The Clippers, whatever, I don't care about either team at all. So I just hope they both, either one that wins loses to Oklahoma City. But it is fun to watch. It is fun to watch. I ain't gonna lie. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. We saw what the number one seed OKC did. But let's get into the game, the Knicks and the Pistons. I'm trying to tell people, yo, the Knicks and the Pistons stats are almost identical. You know what the big difference is? Turnovers. And it's by like 3-1. And in all the games that are real close, and the series is 3-2 now going back to Detroit. It's 3-2 going back to Detroit, and I'm calling it right now, Detroit's going to win the series. The only difference in their stats is turnovers, and I think that's just youth. I think it's just youth. So if Detroit does lose, they're going to be another team that I'll put down, and we'll talk about in a second, to go down with Orlando. Just like that. Another young team that has to do something tonight. The Rockets Warriors 2-1. It's getting chippy out there. I ain't gonna lie, it reminds me of some good 90s basketball. They getting chippy, right, ready to get in it. Yo, I love it. I love that kind of basketball. And the referees are letting them bang a little bit, whatever. I just don't want a crucial call to happen. Like, when you've been letting them play aggressive the whole playoffs. Don't do that. Let them play then. If you're gonna let them play, let them play. But I like it. I do think that the Rockets, if this makes any sense, they're too athletic. I think they're too athletic, yo. I think they have too much athleticism and not enough stability with like somebody that can that monitor their craft. Like somebody is straight bang bang 3-pointer. Somebody bang bang this. I feel like Jalen Green is one of those dudes. When he's on, he could look like one of the best players in the league. You look at Jabari Smith. This guy's one of the young talents also that can do everything. Shoot threes, he can do all kinds of things. Amen Thompson. I think the Thompson boys are legit anyway. I saw, oh my God, for Detroit, I think these boys will be they're going to be big time stars in the league. I really, honestly, it looks so easy, and they're just young when they make mistakes. I'm just saying, I think that the Rockets have too much of that. Their big guy, He needs to be something they focus on. I don't want to give it away yet, but I'm gonna do my trades and what I think they need. But it's gonna be a big game. It's gonna be a big game to see who wins this game right here. It's crucial, bro. It's crucial right now that the Rockets win this game. But if not, we'll see how it goes. Lakers Wolves. I'm a Laker fan, but it's gonna be another thing I could put on there and say, "Hey, LeBron, dang, y'all lost again, and the league cheated and gave you Luka in the trade. They wouldn't give Kobe Chris Paul, but it was okay to give LeBron Luka." I'll leave that one alone. But anyway, I'm not care because I like Ant. I love how Ant was up on LeBron, banging him, getting in his face. Rudy Gobert calling him a bit. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy because when you think about things, I'm a LeBron hater anyway. I appreciate him for what he does and things he does in life. Not the Diddy shit, but like building schools and shit. And I don't appreciate him being dressed up in maids outfits, doing things for Diddy and dusting off things. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm talking about building schools and stuff for kids. But anyway, when you got NBA people that you go against, like you're going against your peers, and when they are in your face calling you this and calling this, and memes are everywhere, you would see memes on certain people. Certain people don't get memes. Certain people don't get memes of being punk, baby, nothing like that. I'm just saying. And I think that's always gonna be a difference for me, yo. It's always gonna be a difference for me. So we'll see what the Lakers do. We'll see what the Lakers do. I don't really care because I love Ant's dope. I like Ant. I like his just like I like that. You know what I mean? So that's cool for me. That's cool with me. So if the Wolves win, cool. Can they go further? They would have to play the Rockets to them. They went to the Western Conference Finals last year. Why not? Why not? People forget. Why not? Why not? So we looked at all the games. We looked at the different things that's going on. I think it's always gonna be between the top. It's gonna be three teams that can win it all. It's gonna be the Thunder. It's either gonna be Boston or it's gonna be Cleveland. I can't think of anybody in the West that can beat Oklahoma City. I just can't, yo. I just can't see it. They're too deep. They're just athletic, young. They just play together. They got defense. I can't see anybody in the West beating them at all. And in the East, I think it's Boston or Cleveland. Done. And I never would have put Cleveland. I won't say never, but Cleveland wasn't one of them. But the way they're playing as a team, it's crazy. It's crazy. We'll see. In Boston with the injuries and stuff, I don't know. They just make me nervous because they don't seem complete right now. But if I had to put my money on it, I'm still going Boston to win it all, then the Thunder second. But it's gonna be interesting. But for the teams that didn't work out or whatever, this is what the most interesting thing is. Especially how Giannis went out yesterday. How did they lose that? What happened? But anyway, Giannis, how long are you gonna stay there? Giannis will be asking to leave. Giannis gonna ask to leave. They're talking about Ja leaving. They talking about Trey leaving. Trey Young for the Hawks leaving. Could any of them three help a team get over the hump? We talked about Orlando. We talked about the Pistons and the Rockets. I'm telling you right now. And let me add KD in that also. KD will be gone. Orlando in the East, you need to go and get KD right now. Go get KD. Because in the half court game, you suck. You got a lot of talent. You got a lot of people that you can give in. It's going to be a matter of whether you give up Banchero or you give up Wagner. And it's tough because it's going to be tough. You got Jalen Suggs. You got Cole Anthony. You got Anthony Black. You got a bunch of players that you could throw in a package or whatever. So we'll see what happens with Orlando. Ja, who could he help? I don't think he can help a young team like the Rockets. I feel like they're already athletic and everything. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, I don't know what's gonna help the Rockets. No, it's KD. The Rockets and KD. KD needs to go to one of these two teams that he thinks can win. And I know KD's 37. I know he's 37. But the Rockets have so much draft capital and so much athletic. Jabari Smith, they've got the big dude, they've got a couple veteran guards, they got different things. I would try to put a package together to give up Jalen Green. I honestly would do that. Jalen Green and maybe somebody else and a couple draft picks because KD can be that person that do things when, oh my God, who do we give it to? We're all athletic. We're all the number one team on our AAU team. Who do we give it to? We don't have a really leader out here because the old people that we do have aren't superstars. Van Fleet ain't a superstar. He might be able to hit a three once in a while. You know what I mean? Like their older dudes are not the killer dudes. And I think you put KD with that squad, I think that would help dramatically. Dramatically. Ja, I don't know where he would fit in the best, honestly, because unless he went to Orlando, I mean, he can go to Orlando. They can get rid of Jalen Suggs. They can get rid of, they wouldn't have to get rid of Wagner. They might not have to get rid of Banchero either. They might have to get rid of Banchero. But I mean, that's interesting. But here we go with Giannis. Giannis can fit with a lot of teams. His biggest thing, like I always say, is he can't shoot. He can't shoot the ball. Giannis, and I'm scared to say this, from a low market team in Milwaukee, he don't want all that extra stuff. If he went to the Spurs, and I hate the Spurs, but you're telling me Giannis to go with Victor Wembanyama, to go with the rookie of the year, Stephen Castle, Chris Paul's still there. They have some other Devin Vassal's there too. They have opportunities and options there that you can't tell me a free agent wouldn't go to there. It's saying I'll get Giannis and Wembanyama. You don't think you can get shooters like Max Strus and these kind of guys to come over there? You know what I'm saying? People that's what they do is shoot threes. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting how it goes. But it just felt really good just to do a quick show, real quick. Nothing special. Just want to get back into it. Show off my Kobe McDonald's All American jersey. I appreciate anybody that still follows Rellism Sports Talk or participates in Rellism Sports Talk. I am going to try to get it back together and get it rolling again, man, because we had so much fun and it was just a lot of different things that we did. And I want to do that again, man. I want to do it again. We all got problems. We all got issues in life, and we always going to have it. But having sports and stuff like this to be a common medium between it to build us back together, that's what it's here for. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's here for. Whether anything's corrupt or whether it's not, you take what you put into it and get out of it. So I'm looking at it as a platform to just smile and enjoy things that I care about and enjoy things that mean something to me. Um, Rellism Sports Talk, episode 207. We coming back. Far to the Bench podcast. Check them out. Fatboy Fadeaway. Oh my gosh, the whole Variety Sports Network. Teague's Take, George Teague, Defender of the Star. We're getting back fantasy football. The people that know, you know. And I appreciate it. Always loving my Commanders. Always. Always. Thank y'all for checking us out. Episode 207, and we'll be back. We'll see how these games go tonight. All right.